Good morning, beautiful heart, or afternoon or evening, depending on where you are and when you're seeing this. But for me, it is morning, and I am here to start my day off with you guys, even though this is just a recording. You know how I roll. If you were on the live last night, thank you guys. We had so much fun. I really enjoyed my time with you last night, and I look forward to doing it again really soon. Also kicking around doing maybe a daily live show. We'll see. We will see. All right, you guys. And if that's something you guys would be interested in, seeing me do a daily live, that's not just readings, it's, just hanging out, talking, dropping some truths, and, just having conversations. So, yeah, let me know. All right, Spirit, all of you and none of me. Show me the cards my collective needs to see. All right, what is this energy today? Clarity, grieving, and guide. Yeah. I feel there's a lot of this going on. As this could go both ways. As you're grieving, you gain clarity. Can also be you're gaining clarity through the grief, meaning grief has stages. And as you go through the grief process or the stages, yes, it's grief is not a straight line. It's back and forth and all of that. But if you are willing to allow yourself to see another perspective, see the butterfly here? The greatest power and strength comes from transmuting pain and grief into love, into healing. And that's really what it's designed for. Pain and grief is a way of letting us know we're believing a false belief about something. Having to do, and again, there are tragic things that happen. We lose people that we love, things like that. All kinds of things happen. There is a time for grieving. The human part of us does need to grieve that. But it's meant to be a process. Because if we stay in the grief, then we do not gain the clarity of the bigger picture. We do not become illumined. We stay stuck and bound. We become a victim to that pain and grief, when really it was meant for us to transmute it into, the bigger picture. And it definitely feels like, you are being guided, the illumined path. There are guides and teachers and things on your path. The right master, the right teacher appears on your path when you need them. The issue for most of us is when these people show up or we run into them, altered ego gravitates towards them. Well, actually, your soul gravitates towards them, and altered ego wants to pull you back. It wants to tell you stories of, why you need to stay stuck, why, you need to just focus on the tragedy. Why is this happening? It's always tragic events or what have you. Again, not discounting it, only saying this to illumine you to how altered ego likes to get attached to the drama of the tragedy. And it likes to wear that like a badge. And guys, I don't say this lightly. I know, I'm dealing with a vast array of people. And all of us have had tragedy and traumatic things happen. And if you're resonating with me, most likely you've had a lot. There's been a lot of pain in your life. The good thing is we can overcome that. That's what we're here to do. And there's also another thing about grieving. When we are on this awakening path, eventually we get to that level where we separate ourselves, so to speak, from altered ego. What's really happening is we're transmuting altered ego with love. But there comes a point where you guys might have heard it, ego death, where we literally die to our old self. It's not like the Matrix death. But what it is we've come so far, we've seen the higher picture, the truth, and we decide to lean in and go that way and change our ways. It's not an easy path. And you do grieve that part of you, because that part of you has been running your life for so long. But that's where you gain clarity. You are absolutely guided on this. And see, death card came out first. Yes, scorpionic energy. This to me is the phoenix rising. This is the end of a painful cycle that has a beautiful new beginning. You can't have a new beginning without an ending. Dropping your defenses, kind of, it is what it is. Seven of Swords. This again feels, yes, you guys hear me, it's the sneaky meeky card. This can also be about self-deception, where we lie to ourselves, deceive ourselves, stay stuck in our story, no matter what our story is, and what's happened to us. The bigger picture, guys, is we are not what's happened to us. We are not our experiences. Those are things that have happened. We've experienced it. It's life. Those are lessons. If we attach to that and keep saying, well, I have this, I have that, this has happened to me, there's an energy with that. And I'm not one of those readers that, you know, you can ask a question to and I'm just going to give you the answer and move on. If that's the type of reader you want, there are many of those. You know, do I do that every so often as spirit leads? I will do that. That just means you're not really in a mode to be able to receive the deeper truths that spirit's trying to get to you. Because my readings, I want to give you that why. I want to help you understand how you got in the situation and how you can energetically take responsibility and get yourself out of it, start to heal and move to another place. But if you're coming with an energy, that victim mentality, you can tell me you're not in victim mentality, but your words, your actions, and your energies will always speak the truth. And again, there's no judgment. Most of the time, you don't even realize you're doing that. Because guess what? It's this Seven of Swords deception energy. Altered ego loves to deceive you. You know, this, I think I'm going to start calling my new altered ego card, because this energy knows nothing but that. But when you talk about only having this, this, you literally box yourself into that, and you will keep creating that in your life. So the words I am, I'm, or my all have the same powerful meaning. Meaning, I am is God in action. And that's referring to your higher self. That refers to the God within you. So anything you put after that, you are qualifying and saying the God in you is approving this. This is what you're doing. That right there keeps you stuck. For an example, when I first was healed through everything, I went back into the communities that I helped start and I was supporting, and I found out a really good lesson. I went in there sharing the story with hopes. You know, my hope and intention was to give others hope that they too can change their circumstances based on their thoughts and emotions. What I quickly realized was these people didn't want that. They were so attached to their story of, this is what I have. It'll never be better because the doctors say this, so this is where I'm at. And they became very combative, wanted to argue, wanted to, basically say my healings and stuff wasn't truth. It's just a fluke because it's not happening to them. Well, guess what? It's not happening because you're not allowing it to, because you have solidified the belief that this is what you are based on what's happened. And we all do this. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy because it's a universal law. So if you're sitting there, in whatever it is for you, well, this happened to me, so this is why I can't change. This is why I'm stuck, da-da-da. You know what? I'm going to agree with you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because that's your truth. That's what you're aligning with. Who am I to tell you something different? That would be disrespectful and not honoring you. So how do I handle that? Well, if that energy keeps coming towards me and you're not receptive to the message Spirit is trying to get to you because you are so stuck in wanting it to come a certain way, because if you have it come at you a certain way, then that has to be truth, you're blocking yourself off from the divine. You are not allowing yourself to hear the greater message. I absolutely will respect that. And again, I'm not here to argue, to push a certain way. I'm here to deliver the message the way Spirit wants to get it to you. But it's your responsibility, this self-responsibility, to get yourself in an energy, a mode of allowing yourself to receive. Because I will not argue or battle with anybody's altered ego. I will just not reply. I will not acknowledge. And again, it's not out of disrespect. It's not out of anything. I absolutely continue to hold space. I send love, nothing but love. But this is not an energetic game. This isn't a battle. I'm here to tell you truths, help guide you to the truths, be the example of those truths, so that you can have something tangible to go by, look at, hold on to, whatever, so you can move and get into that energy for yourself and have, miraculous turnarounds. I speak from experience. I know when I was going through a lot of my medical things. For example, I had 3 TIA strokes out of the blue, back to back. Why is it? What was going on? They couldn't medically find anything, but there I was. Guess what? I was addicted to the story of there's something wrong with me. They can't figure it out, blah, blah, blah. So there's a lot more to it. I don't want to spend all the time giving the whole background, yada, yada, because we're all in different spaces. The bottom line is the universal laws are the universal laws, whether you believe them or not, whether you know about them or not. And the truth is, they have been acting out in your life all along. You just have not had the understanding of the truths of how to work with your multi-body system, to work with your cells, the universal laws, to create and manifest wealth, happiness, health, abundance, joy, all of that. Instead, you've been manifesting more of the human habits, more of what you don't want, because that's what you're aligning with. So, guys, I just say that because I understand at certain points in this journey, it's not easy to hear that. It's not easy to hear that you really do have control and you need to step up to the plate to be able to gain the knowledge and the understanding to make a change. I know, I fought it too. I'm not here telling you guys anything I haven't gone through. You know, the human is like a very stubborn child that wants their way no matter what and refuses to see anything outside of itself. It does come from that victim consciousness. What about me? What about me? What about me? Why is this happening to me? And I will always tell you, what were your emotions and your thoughts? What were you thinking and feeling prior to whatever has happened? Because that is where your answer is. So if you come to me and you want to know why, and you're not receiving the answers that Spirit is providing, I will come back and let you know it does start and end with you. If you don't like it, it is what it is. You know, I'm not a baker. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I'm here to deliver a message in absolute love, unconditional love, no judgment. But I also know altered ego very well. And altered ego, when it's triggered or irritated, will rise up. It will shut you down from hearing the true message, and it will mess with you. And that's when I will just disengage, because it's an altered ego battle. Nobody wins. I'm not here for a battle. I'm here to just really extend love, understanding, and create a space for you to start to climb out of that self-sabotage. So that's why I will always say, go easy on yourself. It's a process. We all go through that at some point in this journey. And it's not just one time. It's not like you do it once and then you get over it. Again, you're a multi-body system. This clears on a multi-body system level. Okay. Back to the reading here. So you're going through a new cycle. You are grieving the losses. Yes, this could be a physical loss, but this is more energetic loss of your comfort zone, what you were used to, the pain, the chaos, the self-deception. And it is scary to get rid of that. But you need to, because your emotions, your heart space is closed. And what I mean by that is your mind, your thinking will never give you the answer. It cannot. Your mind conceives. It does not fulfill. Your heart fulfills. So you will not get your answers while in monkey mind analyzing. You've got to drop it down into your heart. Let the things marinate there. Your heart doesn't think. It just is. It is the feminine side of life. It's the feelings. It magnetizes, it receives. It is from where that energy magnetizes back to you. The issue is it's been closed off for so long because living in the matrix, this 3D plane of existence, it doesn't feel safe to open up to love, to all the beautiful things, because there's been a lot of hurt. But that's absolutely what we need to do, because divine love isn't painful. It's unconditional love. So when you're more in thoughts than feelings, you're out of balance. If you're more in feelings than thoughts, that too is out of balance. The key is bringing everything into balance. And I know it's easier said than done, absolutely. All right, we're ending this energy with Temperance, the Empress, and these are upright. Oops, that's too many. Let's get one more. Jeez, they're all coming out in clumps. All right, Spirit. Okay. Yep. So Temperance the Empress, and the Fool. Going in a new direction, bringing balance, thoughts and emotions, actions, receiving. So this is masculine, feminine energy. Masculine energy is about action, do, make things happen, think. The feminine energy, the mother energy, is the Empress. It receives. The Empress is not running around, hair on fire, worried, in anxiety that something's going to go wrong. She's got to figure it out. Look at her. She's very peaceful. She's standing there in her knowing. Yes, there's water. There's emotions pouring out of her, but it's not raging. It's, I've been through this. I rest in the divine, in the higher knowing that everything is always working out for my good. I've set the intentions. What I want will come to me in the right time. What is the right time? We all get frustrated with that. When we become a vibrational match to what we are trying to manifest. Because what you ask for, what you want to manifest, the universe goes and conspires to make it happen. Why does it seem not to come in right away then, as it's intended? Because what you want to manifest is not at a vibrational match for you at that moment. So once you set that intention and plant that seed like a gardener, you need to make sure that seed is planted in good soil. And you give it water and care and nurturing so that seed can grow. What does that mean? You plant it in good soil. Good soil, that's you. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? How is the soil inside? Are you more in the lower vibration? If so, it's going to take longer for that seed to grow. It's going to go dormant. Water is the emotions. What emotions are you giving this? If you are trying to manifest healing, but subconsciously your energy and your feelings are, I'm a victim. Why does this happen to me? Why is this going to keep going on? When am I going to get better? When this? When? The W questions, when, what, where, how, and why, those are human habits that will keep you stuck as well. Because if you were a vibrational match right now to the healing you desire, the healing would already show up. No, you've planted that intention, so now you've got to work on yourself. This is where self-discipline comes in. This is where you become a master of yourself. This journey, your cells are listening, is about mastery in yourself and changing your internal landscape so that it is fertile ground to manifest the life that you want. This is a complete lifestyle change. If you want to manifest money, but there's some still limiting beliefs around money and your worth and what you deserve, until you're a vibrational match, until the garden is ready and you start to see the seeds come up, it's not going to happen. Don't get discouraged. The farmer's not there digging it up every few days. What's happened? Where are you? There's a set time frame, and the farmer knows that during that time frame it needs to water the seed. The seed needs the sunlight, its vitamins, whatever. But the farmer's not over there digging it up every day. So don't be like the vermin, the rabbits. I'm using rabbits as an example because we have a garden and I've got a really fat rabbit. It wasn't fat at the beginning of this garden, but he is quite fat now. And he was going out there literally as soon as something would come up, he's pulling it out and eating it. That's exactly what the human does when we're trying to manifest. We want to check on it. Why? Because we have doubt. That means we're not an energetic match to it yet. It's going to stay away from you longer. There is no God or entity out there saying, well, this person, yes, they want this, but they're not working hard enough, or, you know, they did this, so this isn't coming to them now. It doesn't work that way. There is no judgment. There is no judging God. It's all about vibration and energy. And yes, guys, I know it's not easy, but you can do it. You absolutely can. If I can do it, you guys can do it. All right. So bringing those emotions into balance, and yes, you'll have good days, days where it's easier, other days it's a bit harder. Don't try to stay out of your head on the days that it's harder. Just acknowledge, you know what? Today's a bit more intense. Today, altered ego really wants to come out and play. You know, acknowledge it. Acknowledge it, because this is, you've spent most of your life pushing things down and not acknowledging them. Now's the time to just acknowledge it, but don't get attached to it. You know, if you wake up and you're feeling funky and you just know, you're better off admitting, you know what, today I'm in a funky, energetic mood. And just accept that is what it is. Instead of, you know, trying to lie to yourself about that mood. But just know you are a being of cause. So what you're thinking and feeling is going to bring about your experiences. Guys, it's all a way of learning. We're not going to learn without going through the emotions, without the live daily test. It's in these moments where we get to make the different choice. I hope this is helping you guys gain a better understanding. And why do I repeat it? I repeat it because altered ego is stubborn, and it takes a while to get things from your head to your heart and to really understand. So again, no judgment, go easy on yourself. Yeah, awareness, being aware in the moment of energetically, where are you? And accepting that. And when you are in those funky, lower vibrational days, recognize it, but it's in that moment, it's a divine opportunity when something traumatic or lower vibration happens. It's in that perfect moment for you to go, oh, wait a minute, this doesn't feel good. What is this energy trying to show me about me? How can I make a difference? Being aware of your thoughts and feelings, your energy in the moment. It really is a divine opportunity for you to gain greater understanding about yourself and to be able to move forward. Gentleness. Must be gentle with yourself and with others. We are all fighting the same battle. You know how hard it is. You know some days it's harder than others. Be that gentleness, one to yourself and to others, that you want people to be with you. And also, guys, be spontaneous. Again, get out of your head. This isn't the time to analyze every step. Be spontaneous. Break up your routines. You know, bring in joy, laughter, whether it's, you know, music, dance, song, a walk, food, whatever it is. Be spontaneous and bring it to you. Bringing it to you means allowing yourself to just be free in the moment. You know, we grow up thinking we've got to think and figure out the problem, and don't give up until we've got the problem figured out. It takes you longer that way. It's not the way it's meant to be. You know, most problems, big problems, are solved when you take your attention off of it and you're just in the moment, enjoying something else or just being. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. And yes, full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. Absolutely, you are. Remember, you are not your story. You are not your experience. Oh, there goes an amethyst. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. It really is, guys. All right, beautifuls. I really hope this helped you this morning to set the tone for your day and to help you in the moment when altered ego wants you to feel so and just, you know, get down on yourself and others. All right. I thank you as always for tuning in, and from my heart to yours, I'm sending you oceans of love, grace, happiness, peace, abundance, and understanding. Namaste.